Davis, the author of the longest novel in the English language in Waco, and a tinkerer in the picturesque German community of Fredericksburg, who may have invented the airplane in the mid-1800s. I had written about the rascally old Indian fighter, Texas Ranger Bigfoot Wallace, who called his trusty rifle Sweet Lips, and the tiny South Texas town named in his honor. Not Wallace, Bigfoot. My mother was the Bigfoot High School valedictorian, class of 1932. Most small Texas towns were replete with the 3 P's: place, people, and a colorful past, and I was familiar with dozens of them. Sutherland Springs was only about 65 miles northeast of Bigfoot, but not only had I never written about the place, I had never heard of it, had never noticed it on a map. As I would come to find out, it was easy to miss. As I listened to increasingly grim and distressing reports as I drove, an old reporter's instinct kicked in. I had to go find out. I took the I-35 toward San Antonio, 80 miles southward. A little more than an hour later, I looped around San Antonio's suburban fringe, a network of subdivisions and strip centers, and turned southeast along a 2-lane blacktop through gently rolling pasture land dotted with mesquite and mottes of live oak. I passed cattle grazing, occasionally horses, fields of baled hay. Brick or stone ranch-style houses set away from the road behind wire fencing were attractive and well-kept. Giant, they were not. They appeared to be country getaways or maybe ranchettes, small cattle operations that retirees or refugees from the city operated. It was rural South Texas, pleasant enough but nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. Sutherland Springs is not really a town, but an unincorporated community bisected by a busy highway. Traffic ignores the blinking yellow light. Sutherland Springs has no downtown business district, no school, no noticeable landmark. It does have a colorful history, but I didn't know that at the time. The sun set as I drove. Crossing narrow, tree-lined Cibolo Creek and heading up a slight incline, I passed the Sutherland Springs city limits sign. I slowed to a crawl as knots of people loomed out of the darkness. Huge satellite trucks and police vehicles, red lights flashing, crowded the highway. Rubberneckers spilled into the blinking light intersection of State Highway 87 and Farm Road 539. A sheriff's deputy in a western hat and reflective vest directed motorists unaccustomed to slowing down. I parked along a street of modest frame houses and ramshackle mobile homes a couple of blocks from the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, the site, a few hours earlier, of the worst mass shooting in modern Texas history. The small, boxy building, its exterior walls clad in weathered white siding, its wooden front door positioned under a squat steeple, was bathed in harsh light brighter than a summer day's. Yellow crime scene tape kept the curious out of the front yard. In the post office parking lot across the highway from the church, a middle-aged Hispanic man wearing all black was conducting a candlelight prayer vigil. "I propose that we make a pact that in this small town that evil will not prevail," he was saying as I walked up. Recorded gospel music played from a speaker on the ground nearby. Mike Gonzalez, the man conducting the service, a retired Army warrant officer with 2 tours of duty in Iraq, he would tell me later, was surrounded by dozens of men, women, and children holding candles, clutching each other, and sobbing. Surrounding the inner circle was a ring of reporters with notebooks.